Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here, and welcome, 1 week later, to my fourth Long Dark series and fourth Against All Challenges Metaseries entry of 2023. But we do have a first this time. Whiteout marks our first redux of a challenge that first aired on the channel 6 years ago. Yeah. For those of you just joining us, Against All Challenges is a series of series in the channel's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot. Nomad, Archivist, and Hopeless Rescue are now complete, with more than 40 episodes between them, and today we are jumping back into Whiteout. It's weird because we're actually encountering a few challenges that I've played before. It's just been a long time. I've been playing the Long Dark since 2015, but, and this is true, I haven't touched the challenges at all since the game left early access in 2017. New ones, old ones, ones that I had done series on prior to Wintermute's launch, and ones I hadn't done series on. None of them. So, naturally, we're doing all of them. Uncut, unedited, and unadulterated. Every one of them going in order from easiest to hardest, dedicating a separate playlist in the Metaseries to each one, culminating in Escape the Darkwalker and As the Dead Sleep in that order, neither of which I've ever played. Here are the rules. If I fail a challenge, I will start over within the same playlist and try again until I succeed. It's kind of funny. Up till this point in the Metaseries, I have had a weird rule where I've been taking fewer risks in the easier challenges, which is completely backwards, but it's because I feel like riskier behavior is more exciting in the hard challenges, and it's almost more annoying in the easy challenges. So I'm, in a weird way, I don't want to fail the challenges. I'm not trying to fail the challenges, but you're going to see me get more and more ridiculous with some of my decisions because I'm just going to be having fun getting back to the higher level of difficulty that we're used to my content kind of operating on. Each challenge in the Metaseries will have its own playlist as part of the larger ongoing effort until it's done. Against All Odds, Season 7 might even start in another time slot while this challenge run is still ongoing. The Metaseries is something of a commemorative run of my returning to YouTube from a long break. So you should know that I'm still chipping away at some rust and working my way back up to a level of gameplay and commentary that I'm more accustomed to. Before we dust off this challenge with a fresh run, let me take a second to say thank you to our new nobles and champions. You've probably noticed member badges and our amazing new channel emotes in the comments section or during premieres, maybe. You can take a look at the full list of member perks by clicking Join, which, depending on your device, is either right next to the subscribe button or maybe beneath the channel intro on the channel's front page. The support from your memberships helps me spend less time catering to YouTube algorithms and allows me more freedom to focus on the kind of content that the Legion's already here for. So whether you're one of the champions whose names are on the screen now, whether you're a noble, or whether you're a longtime subscriber, and you're just now realizing the channel's back, you have all made my return to YouTube so overwhelmingly positive and uplifting. It's just been extraordinary. And you've been extraordinary, and I can't tell you enough how grateful I am to all of you, so thank you. Oh, and more members also means YouTube lets us have more emotes, so don't act so surprised. And now to Redux, some truly vintage channel and Long Dark content. Let's play the Whiteout Challenge. This is the final challenge of the first half of the Metaseries. We have completed 3 challenges. Again, Nomad, Archivist, and Hopeless Rescue. This is also the final 4 acts challenge. So challenge difficulty is rated in terms of axes. Nomad and Archivist were both 3 acts challenges. Hopeless Rescue and Whiteout are 4 acts, and then once we have the Hunted Part 1 and 2, those are 5 acts challenges, both of them, and the final 2 challenges are 6 acts challenges. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But for now, a monster blizzard is on the way. Will you be ready when it arrives? The storm arrives in 30 days, so we have a 30-day time limit to accomplish this challenge. Although I don't think it's a hard time limit. I don't remember quite the way that it works. I know that the storms get worse and worse as the... And you don't have to tell me in the comments. It's fine. I'm going to work within the 30-day timer regardless. It's not a big deal. But I genuinely don't remember, and I didn't look up because I don't care at the moment. I just want to experience it again. It's been so long. I don't recall if there's a hard 30-day limit, like the challenge fails if you aren't prepared by then, or if it just gets a lot harder, because I know the storms do build up as it gets closer to that 30-day mark. So this will be a little bit more of a longer challenge again. Archivist was shorter than Nomad, and Hopeless Rescue was shorter than Archivist. So this will kind of let us space things back out a little bit and also deal a little bit of a curveball, throw a little bit of curveball where, you know, we're gathering supplies this time as opposed to traveling to different destinations, which we've more or less been doing in every episode of the Metaseries so far, which is really, really exciting. So, let's jump back in. We are going to let Mark have another turn, as I discussed at the beginning of Hopeless Rescue. AAC Whiteout. Oh, that wording is actually slightly different from what is shown otherwise. All right, we have 29 days. All right, so there is a hard time limit. Stockpile the food, water, and supplies listed in your journal. 15 days of food, 20 softwood/hardwood, 30 reclaimed wood, 50 sticks, 25 tinder, 10 bandages, 25 matches, 1 rifle, 10 rifle cartridges, 1 hatchet, 1 lantern, 6.6 gallons of potable water, and 1.3 gallons of lamp oil. Well, okay then. I'm going to guess that since this is the location where we're supposed to stash everything, yeah, everything is empty here. There's nothing to be found. There is water, interestingly enough. There's water in the toilet. Yummy. But that is it. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick look around just for curiosity's sake, but I very much doubt that there's anything to pick up here. Scanning, scanning, scanning. I mean, we can definitely break down some crates in here. We can do that a little bit later, though, when we aren't closing in towards the beginning of the day. All right, so there is a locked locker that doesn't look like it's been raided. So that could still be empty, but it's not showing as empty because it's never been pried open. So let's go outside. I don't believe there will be bad storms yet. It starts out kind of tame.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Thank you, Mark. The basic difficulty level of this is still going to be, in terms of the loot tables and in terms of the kinds of quality of items we can find, it's going to be similar to the challenges that we've done so far. But I'm excited about this one right out of the gate, because not only for the reasons I've mentioned already in the introduction, but this is just a different kind of challenge. It's nice to finally not feel like I have a destination, and I already am where I'm supposed to be, and now I just have to gather as much stuff as possible, which I love. So let's just see what we can dig up and scavenge. So I'm not necessarily, for those of you wondering, because Athenon actually asked me this earlier, I'm not trying to speedrun this challenge, but at the same time, I'm accustomed to, playing on a higher level of scarcity, which means that I'm used to looting quite quickly, because when you're playing on a difficulty setting where there's not as much loot, you really have to move from place to place quite quickly and find items.
I could use this.
Right? Wool shirt, nice. And find items that will help you survive, obviously. And so that kind of trains you to move quickly and loot quickly. And because we do have more plentiful supplies now, in terms of the settings. See, simple parka right there. Yeah, we need to have that on the outside, so simple parka goes on the inside. This goes on the outside because of the wind protection. There we go. Yeah, it just kind of trains you. I can't put it any other way than that. You just get conditioned to move very quickly from place to place. And most of that gameplay I have, of course, completed with the many, many seasons of Against All Odds since I recorded the original Whiteout attempt on the channel. So Interloper didn't exist when Whiteout was first released on the channel. That was a pre-Wintermute Whiteout challenge. So just the concept of that level of scarcity hadn't been introduced to the game yet. Which, again, is part of what makes this so exciting for me. All right, so you can tell the storm is already rolling in a little bit. I'm just going to take kind of a radial approach for now, and I'm going to search the buildings immediately adjacent for supplies. And I'm not necessarily going to try overly hard to, fill the list in a certain order at all. I have the list to refer to, and especially once I start approaching like the halfway mark, I will refer to it and make sure that I am not falling behind on any particular item.
I wonder if the owner's around.
If I haven't found a rifle, for example, by the halfway point, I might make a decision. There's some lamp oil right there. I might make a decision to go look in spots where I'm more confident there will be a rifle. That's going to be the other thing about this challenge, isn't it? I've already said it a bunch of times during the Metaseries, so I'll give you the short version, but nothing is going to be where I expect it to be necessarily. Right?
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Nothing is going to be where it's supposed to be anymore. So in terms of that instinct to, oh, let me go look where there might be a rifle, how the heck do I know? Apart from my limited play in the Tales from the Far Territory Update 1 edition of The Long Dark. How the hecking heck do I know? Alright, so there's some more lantern fuel. Very nice. Anything under the table? Nope, nope, nope. We're good. So what you'll notice is as the challenge moves forward...
Where's the good stuff?
As time goes by... Yeah, where is the good stuff indeed? Got a t-shirt, nice. As time goes by, these storms outside will get more and more intense and will last longer and longer. And I believe they also get colder. So it's like an accelerated pattern, an accelerated version of, you know what? We'll go and rip this up. I might be able to use some of the cloth I'm finding to repair some stuff. It's an accelerated version of the way the weather mechanics work in the game. If you weren't familiar with this, if you're newer to the Long Dark, some of my good friends are playing the Long Dark for the first time as a result of watching this series and watching the channel come back online, and I've really enjoyed talking to you, you know who you are, about your progress in the Long Dark. And this one little detail might not be as obvious to you. I'm tempted to eat that, but I'm just going to take it because I might be able to stash it. If this isn't obvious, the world gets colder over time, which is a setting that you can tweak the severity of in custom difficulty. But it varies per difficulty mode. And on interloper difficulty, the world gets very cold very fast. So the Long Dark is already a punishingly cold game, right? Well, guess what? It doesn't stay the same level of cold, it gets colder. I believe you can turn it off. I believe you can, but... Okay, so we're going to check this car and then hop over the hill and go to those houses over there. But the world does get colder over time. That is literally the name of the setting. The world gets colder over time. All right, there's a sewing kit. Perfect. That was either a fishing line or a hook. I didn't actually see what it was because I picked it up so fast going for the sewing hook. But that was funny because there's a hook and or line right next to the sewing kit. So that's two things that are useful for repairing clothing. That's handy. So yes, this challenge in some ways is like a miniaturized, accelerated version with extra blizzards of the game's natural weather decay dynamic. Which is a part of the game that we've all learned to appreciate, I think, a lot more since Wintermute's, or rather since Interloper difficulty's launch. All right, there's some spray paint, which might actually come in handy this episode, or not necessarily this episode, but this this challenge in general. Because since I'm going to be rapid looting, it might be worthwhile for me to spray paint places that I've already been. Maybe. We'll see. I'm just going to accomplish as much as I can while I have light. Notice, by the way, I don't have...
Never would have thought to look here.
I don't believe I have a lantern yet. Let's check. No, I don't. I have flares. So I have a light source if I need one. But I don't have a lantern yet at all. So that's going to be fun. Wow, I'm getting lots of thin wool sweaters, which is good. Some of them in good condition, so I can put on some fresh clothes in a moment.
I think I can use
a balaclava. That's one heck of an early game find. How about that? We'll put the baseball cap back on. Is that the best condition one I have? Yes, it is. All right, let's go ahead and put on the best items I have. We'll replace those socks. Replace those shoes. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely carrying more than I need to. Put those on. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I'm going to wear that on the inside. And I can probably... Yeah, I'll put that as the second layer. And then repair them. Painkillers. Wool socks. Excellent start. I don't think books are actually necessary, but it might be handy for starting a fire, so I will grab one or two. There's some more lantern fuel. Very good. Wear the better pair of mittens. Oh, hi. Wow. Is that new? That startled me a little bit. Like, I'm so not accustomed to seeing bodies. Is this specific to... This you can tell me in the comments. Is this specific, or for those of you who are watching during the premiere, hi, is that specific to this challenge, or do bodies sometimes appear in these houses now, and I've just somehow managed not to notice ever since they added some of the revised bodies and revised... Does it have to do with the loot table changes, maybe? Maybe that's it. Pork and beans. Now whoever pointed out that I missed those can breathe. I'm sure someone noticed when I didn't. Assuming I looked at that shelf, which I might not have. Okay, we are officially encumbered. We'll have to go back and drop some stuff off. Dusty tomato soup. Freezer.
Too heavy.
Moldy rabbit meat. Delicious. Just what everyone wants. And the most appetizing picture, too. Alright, driving gloves. Nothing over here. Yeah, I think we're good. Did I get this? Nope. I did not. Alright, now I do have to be careful because that meat is going to be a little bit whiffy. Let's check this. Nada. Okay. Now, since we're on what I assume is still... Nope, just kidding. There's a wolf right there. I was literally about to say, since we're on a lower difficulty challenge still, I know that Voyager is kind of the default mode for most of these in the first half. Are there going to be wolves out, or is there a grace period? There clearly is not a grace period. There is already a wolf walking right towards this house. Frankly, it was probably coming towards the scent that it was picking up. I think the wind might have even been carrying the scent a little bit. So, I'll have to be mindful of that. Finding lots and lots of food. There's a can opener. Good.
Is it food or...
Wow. Mark finds some rancid rabbit meat and just goes, is this even still food? I'm not sure. Jury's out. Does this qualify as something edible? Alright, I see some more clothes on the bed. I think that's a hoodie.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yep, hoodie. That's how you know you've played this game a lot. When you get a split-second glance of an item, you see the color and the shape, and you're like, hoodie. Alright, worn jeans. Nothing here. Ooh, Mackinaw jacket. Yes, please. We'll put that on in place of the parka. I might be able to negotiate a better combination between the outer items that I currently have, but for now, let me just put those extra jeans on and keep going. Now, I'm starting to get pretty encumbered, and this is going to be kind of interesting because I want to try to get...
gear.
All right, accelerant, thermal underwear, very nice. I want to try to get all this stuff back to... Yeah, I already got that. Back to the Quonset without attracting the attention of our woodland friend outside. So I'll have to be a little mindful of that. But I'm going to try, because I can go out this back door and just beeline it. And I think I can still sprint. I just won't be able to sprint very fast. So let's see how this goes. Because I am carrying 2 pieces of uncooked meat. I think that's pretty much the whole house. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's the back door. All right, I cannot, in fact, run. So now we're really pushing it, because I'm literally just walking as fast as I can. And now we're getting stuck on the environment because the game is mean. All right, we're going to be good. Although I think I heard steps behind me. Nope. Just my imagination. Can't get in that car. Can't get in this one. Let's take a look real quick. Since we're right here, new chocolate bar, nice, and a crunchy stuff. Literally, it's called crunchy stuff. Opening. Nope. Okay. Let's open that. Nothing there. Anything in the trunk back here? Haven't found a pry bar yet, which is unfortunate. Okay. I need to get inside and drop this stuff off. Okay, so. It can be anywhere, right? Like, I don't store them in the garage. Well, okay, yeah. You can put them anywhere. You can use the shelves to your heart's content. So let's go ahead and focus on what we're carrying the most of. I'll drop all that. I need to drop some matches. I will be able to sort everything a little bit later on, but for now I just want to see, because I don't have a light source apart from a flare, and I don't want to waste a flare right now. I'm going to go ahead and just drop some of the items of clothing that I picked up. I'll be able to make some decisions about maybe harvesting some of those items and getting the raw materials back. But for now, let's just get stuff on the shelves. And then I'm going to stand right here and drop a bunch of stuff. Let me go ahead and eat the lower condition stuff. And I'm also going to drink some water. Speaking of that water, I think I can go ahead and put down 2 gallons of it. And how much water do I need? All right, I need 6 gallons total. So we're almost done with matches, and we need several days worth of food. Do a little bit of organizing. Satisfy everyone's OCD. You're welcome. I'm not going to be too ridiculous about it because we're on the clock. But I can at least make things look nice. I don't even know that this system was in the game when I tried Whiteout. It might have just been added, but I don't think it was. I don't think that you could physically place things. It might have been that you could physically place things, but you might not have been able to like rotate them yet. Certainly not. That wasn't in the game for another couple of years. So nice that we're finally getting a chance to look at that. I do want to drop the lantern fuel. Again, some things I'm just going to leave on the ground. And, I mean, I guess, tell you what, I'm going to put the rotten, this is a little gross, but I'm just going to put this meat in this locker, the closest thing I've got to a fridge. I very much doubt, well, I actually have a fridge here, but obviously it's not going to work. So I very much doubt that it'll work, but it'll probably like rot and then not count towards the final objectives. And now, a very important part. And that reminds me, I do have that whitefish as well. I should, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and eat this. We're just going to eat it. We're going to use that as sustenance for ourselves and then drop literally the rest of this stuff. All right, and I don't have enough light to reliably search right now. So what I'm going to do actually is head back out and keep looking for stuff. I might have to use a flare in a house unless I'm lucky enough to find a lantern in a bit. Do I hear bear crows? I might hear bear crows. Maybe. can't recall if I actually stepped inside this house yet, so let me double check. I think this might be the very first one that I came into. Yes, I came in here right away. That's what I thought. Oh god, now I can't see. There I am. Alright, well, alright, let me just make sure I'm not walking right up to the bear. Okay, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. There he is. Right there. Alright, well, glad I spotted it, at least. I did not go in this house yet, so let's take a look over there. I'll also check the doghouse. Anything? That old urban legend. It's kind of like finding food in visors. You can now find notes for caches in visors, so visors are no longer completely useless. But actually finding food in visors, debatable. Actually finding food in doghouses, debatable. Alright. What I could do for a light source is I could start a fire. I have some accelerant on me. I have never seen that animation.
Worked.
That little match toss? I'm not kidding. I've never seen that. Ever. Because I've never used a match that I had just lit to start a fire. But that was really cool. Alright, let's take a torch. That way we can look around in here. I don't want to burn too much of my excess fuel, but having a few torches to enable me to poke my head around and actually find the things that I need without having to wait for daylight, since I don't have a lantern, seems handy. Oh, nice. So there's some, there's a cup of herbal tea. Good. There's some peanut butter. Delicious. Actually delicious, as opposed to sarcastically delicious. Crunchy or creamy, doesn't matter. I accidentally bought my first crunchy peanut butter ever. You can have this debate in the comments or in the premiere if you want.
Eat this.
Accidentally bought it, and I'm actually a bit of a fan. I never thought I would be. It was good. I think I'm still team creamy for peanut butter, but crunchy was a huge surprise in more ways than one. Because I didn't mean to buy it, and I certainly did not expect to like it. I just never knew what to expect, like, with the package labeled crunchy peanut butter. But at least in the case of the particular one that I got, it's, hello, peanuts. And my brain just goes, oh, well, that makes sense. Alright, so still picking up a lot of stuff. There we go. It's like, I know there's still a fire going out here. I do not want to waste a torch, though. Alright, so did I search everywhere here? Yes, I did. Yep. Just making sure that I'm not rushing things. There's some more leather shoes. Found a lot of leather shoes so far. That seems to be a pretty saturated item in my current game world. Grab some more water from this toilet. Nothing there. Cloth. And there does not appear to be anything else. Cool. Alright, I'm going to put that away. Take a torch from the fire. How much time is left? Yep. We'll extinguish that one. And then we will head out with this torch. It's actually a pretty good lifetime on that torch that I just grabbed. So that's handy. I just heard a footstep. Dang it. Don't do this to me, game. Alright, I think I see the bear all the way up there. I saw it for a split second. So we should be good. There's print. Well, actually, if it's all the way up there, those are weather crows or carrion crows. Yeah, weather crows. There they go. Or we're going to call them weather crows, but jury's out on whether or not they actually serve as a signal. Some players say that they do. Some players say that they don't. I think I talked about it in the Nomad series, just kind of thinking out loud. And I don't remember that we ever... I don't think that we ever came to a distinct conclusion on that question, one way or the other. It's just one of those things, like like finding food in a doghouse or food in a visor. Is it real or is it not? The world may never know. Alright, so I'm finding lots of spray paint, almost more spray paint than I want. What else is new?
Someone's stash.
I'm sorry, I love that line so much. Alright, so there's 100% condition rabbit meat, which is good, but at the same time, that's fresh cooked venison, holy crap. And soda, not just any soda, but a Stacy's soda. Grape soda, to be precise. That's a nice find. Another can opener. Not that we need 2 can openers, but I'll take it. Alright, and here goes my torch.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
That's because you can't, Mark. But we're gonna keep looting while we can, because we kind of have to. Okay, kind of dark. Even with the improved settings. Let's see if we can use this torch. I don't want to burn through too many matches, but at the same time, as soon as I've dropped off the number of matches that I need to drop off,
Could end up being useful.
I don't have to... Oh, coffee. Nice. I don't have to worry as much. More coffee. Even nicer. There's some dog food. Not in a doghouse. Already checked that. Already checked those. Let's go over... Did I see something under the table? No, I did not. Upstairs we go. Plastic container. Anything?
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Chocolate bar. I mean, it looked like it was decent condition, so I'm going to say probably, but who knows. Never make assumptions about what's safe to eat in the long dark. That's when the game will laugh at you, mock you, and then give you food poisoning. For no reason whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing else. I can put on... Okay, no. There's nothing that I have that's better than what I'm currently wearing. So I'll stick with what I've got. Haven't found any tools yet to speak of. No knife. No hacksaw. No axe. And without an axe, we can't really get the reclaimed wood that we need. I'm also slightly annoyed, just slightly, that I haven't been able to find. I really should have chained that torch, shouldn't I? Since that's a thing, apparently I do now. That's okay. On these loot settings, we will find the matches we need and be fine. Everything is fine. Let's not be perfectionists. We just need to fulfill the requirements of the list. And then we can do what we want within the time limit. Alright, let me make absolutely sure there's nothing under the bed whatsoever. There is not. Very good. And downstairs we go. So that's everything in this house. Not feeling a huge need to spray paint. The place where I most often see myself thinking about spray painting is Milton. Mountain Town / Milton / Mountain Town / Milton. Or something like that. I hear bear crows again. Yeah, the bear's going back that way. I'm glad I noticed. I actually think I'm carrying meat. Not enough to give off a scent, but I don't think that always makes a difference. Truth be told. Hi, bear. Alright, let's holster that. And I'm going to do a little bit of sprinting. Yep. Angry bear is angry. So remember, kids and adults, when carrying meat in the long dark, yeah, Feel free to exhale when carrying meat like that. Even though I'm holding my tab key right now, there is no, or whatever the key might be on your console of choice, there is no indicator in the upper part of the screen that we are, stinky in any way. That bear 100% came toward me. I wasn't close enough, I don't think, to aggro it. It's possible that it was just a distance aggro, but I don't think that it was. All right, so I'm going to come back here, and we're just going to sleep. I don't like to waste a ton of time in this challenge, and I could technically make a fire and make some coffee if I wanted to rush. I don't know that I'm that desperate right now. I think I'd rather regain some energy the natural way, save my supplies, and am I good on water? I suppose I could drink. Oh, I didn't mean to eat the banged up pork and beans, but at 28% condition, I probably should go ahead and get that over with. No food poisoning, please. Thank you. He asked the game nicely. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sleep for, let's say, 7 hours. I'll say 8, but I probably will get 7, if that. Oh, very interesting. That wasn't even the entire night. Okay, well, now I've got a much better argument. Hang on, where's that fire barrel? I'm spinning around in there it is. So let's start a fire in the fire barrel. We're going to use a wood match, a book. We do have enough to make a fire. I don't have any... not going to use accelerant. So I don't want to give up that lamp oil. Lamp oil is one of the items that we have to find. So what I'm going to do is make some coffee.
Come on.
I don't know that I'm going to go crazy with the coffee the way that I did just now in the Hopeless Rescue Challenge. I don't think it's necessary, but I would like to at least make some, since I found some. It just makes sense. Let's get rid of those torches. This hurts my soul, but let's add 1 fire log so we have something to do with the fire. And we'll have to find other wood elsewhere. All right, I don't think I need water. How am I doing on that? Yeah, I'm fine. So let's just cook. What's the fastest way to do this? Yep. If I sort by that condition, it'll stay at the top of the list. There's a fun little trick for you. And we're going to cook a bunch of coffee. And pass some time while we do it. This just gives you perspective, by the way, on how much coffee we had at the top of Timberwolf Mountain when we were finishing up Hopeless Rescue, because I'm already in 1 more click. Watch this. Oh, wait, no. Maybe 2 more clicks. Hang on. I might have miscounted. Take it. Yeah, that was it. Literally it. Hard to believe. All right, so... now what I'm going to do is I still have plenty of water. I need to leave some here. But I don't have enough time on the fire to make a large quantity of it, so I've just topped off my thirst. Let's go ahead and grab some more torches, because until I have a better means of keeping my environment lit, I will need torches if I'm going to do any kind of exploring at night. All right, so let's take a torch. And for now, I'm just... oh, wow, that's a really big torch. Holy crap, that's amazing. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. I'm going to hold on to the lower condition items. And I'll drop the higher condition items that are likely to last longer, because I assume... unless there's some setting in this specific challenge that, once you leave stuff in here... you know what? Let's not waste the life of this torch. Once you leave stuff in here, I assume... oh, crap, I forgot about that pile. I assume that there's not some rule that stuff is going to maintain its condition. So something, anything that I put down now, at the end of the 30 days, assuming we get that far... I could actually end up in a situation where some of the stuff that I've left to complete the objectives no longer fulfills said objectives. So I'll have to be mindful of that, because I do genuinely think that that could be a concern. So on that note, let's open this up. Yeah, see, we're looking at this meat already degrading. Here's another thing that we can test. And some of you in the comments may already know this. That's fine, but why can I not... Are you seeing this? Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and put that in there. I'll be curious, once this is completely ruined, does it still count towards the objective in terms of the stuff that I have? All right, we're going to leave matches right here. I'm planning on doing a lot more organizing, I promise. But for now, I just want to empty myself out so that I can get more stuff. Let's step over here. I'm going to walk up to this drawer here. And a lot of this clothing that I picked up is just going to get filed away like so. I'm pretty happy with what I'm wearing at the moment, especially given that I found the balaclava. So I would rather just put that stuff aside. Let's also take a look at... Yeah, so I need to drop the peanut butter. I don't know how that snuck by me. Drop that. We'll keep the coffee. And I'll keep the lower condition items on me as things to actually keep me going. And am I rid of my food? That's the big question. I am. Also, I can drop all of this stuff for now. All right, back out we go. Now, recall that I have not yet found a pry bar at all. So I'm not going to be able to break into the trunks of cars or anything like that. So now... Okay, I know which way I'm going to go. I'm going to go towards Desolation Point first, because there could be some houses across the ice in this direction. Check this car very quickly to see what I can find. I do see a candy bar there. Nothing in the visors, which is expected. I see some water purification tablets. That's nice. All right, and there goes that torch. So now I'm just going to make my way down towards the houses. Another bit of deja vu here for those of you who are watching videos live, so to speak, on the channel. Obviously, you're watching this as part of the premiere, but if you're just watching videos as they come out, if you're keeping up with the new 2023 content, you've just seen the Hopeless Rescue Challenge, and of course, we just came this way because we needed to get to Desolation Point with our flare gun. So now we are on our way back this way, not to Desolation Point just yet, but because I want to go ahead and check this side of the zone off of my list first, and then we'll make our way across the ice to the 2 island homes, see what we can find there. Hi. You didn't think I'd see you, but I saw you. Ooh, you're close. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay outside your aggro zone. Might have to run from a wolf here. I'm confident that if I aggro this wolf, I can keep him behind me. Moment of truth right here. I'm not looking at it because I want to keep moving forward. Yeah, it's staying parallel to me as well, which is rude and inconsiderate. Which is redundant. But you understand my emotions. You understand the tension. All right, as soon as I can get back down to the road, that will help me put even more distance between me and that friendly creature. There we go. Look at that movement speed increase. 29 days remaining, 8 hours, 4 minutes. So far, I don't think there was actually a mini blizzard yet at all. There was a bit of a storm. There was some wind coming in. And I don't recall exactly how the challenge works. It really has been a long time. So either there will be a bunch of storms that are like that, but they aren't full-on blizzards, or they will actually start turning into blizzards at some point, and then the blizzards will get colder and more intense until the big storm hits and I'm out of time. By the way, I do definitely assume, I mentioned this earlier when the challenge was starting, I definitely assume that that's a hard time limit, just to be very clear. But I don't know for sure. I can't recall if it, like, if you fail at the end of 30 days or not, but I'm going to treat it as though that's the case. Hi, bunny.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
All right, so we've got a couple of houses to explore here. I'm going to start with this one because I'll be able to peek around and see if there's another. No, I think it's just these two houses. I'll still triple check, but let's start here. It's still going to be kind of, unfortunately, it's still going to be kind of dark in here, so I'm going to have to use another one of my matches. It hurts, I know. Oh, nice. 2 more fire logs. That's a good find. Let's see if we can get through here before this torch burns out. Worn cotton toque, very good. More spray paint. Ski gloves, excellent. That is an upgrade. We need to repair them badly, but that's an upgrade. Newsprint roll. What do we have in here? Dusty Pinnacle Peaches. Just sounds appetizing, right? It's exactly what you need in your life, is dusty peaches. Oh my god, the things that come out of my mouth sometimes, and then I realize what I just said. Shut up! I'm looking at all of you in the premiere right now. Well, some of you. Some of you are decent human beings. Whose minds don't have thoughts. Like the 2 dots that just connected in my brain. Some of you, however, are laughing hysterically. Because you're children. Or children at heart. Alright. Ragged sports socks. Alright, nothing here. Worn dress shirt. Decent. Worn jeans. Decent mariner's pea coat. Nice. Okay, so we've got some good exterior items. Not fully repaired up yet, but we're on the way. Grab some water out of this toilet. We still have the other house to search. Torch is about to go out, but we're going to have the benefit of daylight soon. There's a bandage, which, recall that one of the things that we will need, I'm not going to break anything down until I'm not going to burn time by doing so, because I have this torch and I like being able to see. Yeah, we do need to make bandages in large quantities. It's one of our objectives. So at least one of the houses we visit will need to be fully pilfered for its cloth contents. Alright, so once again we have a bit of stormy weather approaching. And get rid of that torch. I hear bear crows again, which is natural because there is a bear nearby at this point in the zone. It's to be expected. Water bottle in the cabinet. Nice. Orange soda. Wool mittens. Not as good as the mittens I'm already wearing. There's some matches to make up for the ones I've burned through already. See, I'm not... At my, like, looting speed, I'm not particularly concerned. Alright, that was raw deer meat. That's... Honestly, I'm probably just... I'm just going to put that back up right now. Because I have too far to travel, and that's only going to bring me trouble. I don't want to be overconfident, but I'm not worried about the pace of this challenge right
Wonder
now.
if the owner's around.
And I might be wrong, but I'll just cite what I said earlier about having spent as much time as I have and as we all have in modes where the loot and just general resource scarcity is so much worse than this. I'm accustomed to just flying from place to place, finding all the things. So I'm just going to keep up the pace and not dally, and hopefully that will be sufficient. Okay. Nothing else here. Let's go upstairs. Did I check that drawer? I think I did when I came in. Yes, I did. All right. I am going to grab a couple of the books just because I'm genuinely curious if having the books counts towards the tinder. I don't actually know for sure. Not tinder, but the, because it says soft or hardwood. So I don't think that'll count. See, that sounds like a blizzard. And here's why I'm curious about how exactly the storms are, like what exact kind of storm we're talking about while the big storm is still on the way in this challenge. Here's what's going through my head. If they're actually blizzards, right? And they get bigger and bigger and worse, technically that's a good thing.
Come in handy.
Ragged cargo pants. Nice. Technically, that's a good thing. I'm not going to put those on yet because they're actually not helping me as much. And the reason it's technically a good thing is that as long as I have clothes that can protect me from the cold, at least temporarily, moving around in a blizzard would keep me safe unless there's something unique about this challenge, which is a caveat I've added in every challenge so far because you never know. It'll keep me safe from predators. It'll keep me safe from wolves, from bears.
Weigh me down.
All right, I've definitely found lots of water this time. There's some more matches. Very good. Energy bar. Anything in the tub? Nada. Anything over here? No. Okay. Did I just... Candy bar. I knew I saw it. I knew I saw candy bar flash up on the screen. I was like, I saw it, or was it? It was hiding in the freaking corner. Okay. We are pretty encumbered. This next bit is going to be challenging if I don't drop anything. But let's take a look outside and see what this storm looks like, at the very least. Okay, no. This is just stormy. This is just, crappy weather. Now, this is not a situation that's ideal for avoiding wolves. So, what I'm going to have to do here, I think what I'll do is I'm going to come back to the road. I'm going to push against the cold for just a moment here, but I'm going to come back to the road, and I'm going to drop a lot of the heaviest stuff along the road. If I really wanted to get creative, I could grab a bunch of rocks and actually make a supply cache. I'm not going to do that right now, but if I really wanted to be fancy about it, I could do that. But I'm going to drop a bunch of stuff by the road. What in the world was that? Okay. It does definitely seem like this storm... I mean, it's not a blizzard, but it's headed that way. And it's certainly cold, despite all the stuff I'm wearing. And now it's back to normal. Okay, so the heaviest items I'm carrying, I've got this wood, which it hurts me, but I'm going to drop the wood, the books. The pea coat might actually be better to wear. It is. It is better to wear. I'm going to drop this wood. Again, just focused on, lightening the load a little bit. Because I have plenty of food on me, so let's go back with what I've got now. I'm going to make the trek back to the Quonset with the load I'm currently carrying. It is quite cold, despite everything I'm wearing. Granted, I haven't repaired everything I'm wearing. So far what I'm leaning toward in my interpretation of how this challenge is going to go, because I have no recollection whatsoever and I haven't checked, is that the storms that come in won't be full blizzards, at least not for the first part of the challenge. But again, if any of them are full blizzards, I am going to use them to my advantage. Not only because I'm trying to earn Blizzard Walker as a feat, which, by the way, I'm not as close to as you might think. I've made some progress, but I'm only about 50% of the way. For those of you curious how much I've moved the needle on some of those challenges. I'm also only about 50% of the way. Somebody asked this in the comments, and I really appreciated it because I forgot this was a feat. But I'm also about 50% of the way towards... Crap, that wolf is still right there. And now I don't really have the means to deal with him. Hang on. Alright, I'm glad they're walking that way at least. Oh, just kidding, they turn... See, I need to not say things with my mouth. You know, I need to just... never do that again. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Wolfie? You didn't hear that, did you? Also, I'm about to sprain myself, I know it. Yep. Hang on. Let's quickly take some painkillers for that.
Come on.
Oh wait, also I need to bandage it. Which sucks, because I don't want to give up my bandage, but I can make plenty more bandages. Will you stop giving me anxiety? I'm just trying to get back to the Quonset right now, dude. Alright, I'm not gonna crouch. I'm just gonna do my best.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
Alright, he's walking away from me. So I'm going to try and get down this slope without spraining again. Wish me luck. Oh, there's 3 wolves right there. Not 1, not 2, but... Oh, just kidding, 4. Great. So this... The wolves in this challenge, honestly, they look kind of stalkery to me. In terms of the distribution of wolves, like the number of them, the frequency, the amount, the plethora. It's an entire cornucopia of wolves. You get what I'm saying. It's a lot. And it seems a bit more like Stalker than Voyager, but the loot table so far seems like Voyager to me. Alright, I'm intentionally kind of coming up over this ridge so that we can survey the high, or survey from the high ground. I remember the long dark before burned out houses were a thing. Do you remember? I remember. Alright, we've got to wrap this episode up because we are approaching the 1 hour mark. And for a premiere, that's about as long, I think, as they should be. Let's step back inside. I'm going to take an account of my supplies at the beginning of the next episode, but that's a nice save point and stopping point. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this premiere, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are going to be coming out every day at 1 p.m. as usual in the Metaseries, US Eastern Time. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.